Okay, very warm welcome here on the 24th of April 2023. It's Rishi Patel, and we're talking about embracing spring's lessons for personal growth and success. So, my name is Rishi Patel. I'm the founder of Selling in Alignment, where I work with coaches and consultants to reprice and package their services so they can discover and live their purpose. And as you know, on Mondays, we do a 10-minute live here at Selling in Alignment all around getting really intentional about our week. Like this is Monday morning, we're 10 a.m., we're well into the morning. And what have you done so far to set yourself up for the week, to have a strong week, to have a focused week, to have a productive week? This is all of what we're looking at this morning here at Selling in Alignment or Intention Monday. What I'm going to do very quickly is just check the live stream, just make sure that we are live and we have sound, most importantly. The last thing that I want is to be super stoked about what we're doing here and then for you not to be able to hear me. That would not work. So the sound looks good just there. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So welcome in. For those of you watching live, if you're watching the replay, let me know that you're watching the replay by leaving me a hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know what stood out for you from today's Intention Monday, all around embracing spring. It's spring here in the UK and it's beautiful. We're starting to see the trees bringing their leaves back. We're starting to see flowers starting to spring and just show us their gorgeousness, their awesomeness, and all of their splendor and glory. And what are the lessons we can take from that and really apply straight into our lives for growth and for success? Well, one of the first things that stands out to me as I look at spring is that all throughout the autumn, what's happened is that nature has discarded everything that didn't serve. It's let go, and it let go so beautifully and so effortlessly. You saw as you walk through the park, if you go for walks, I do a lot of walking. So if you go through the park, you'll see in autumn that the leaves have just naturally fallen to the floor. They've discarded, they fall into the ground, they fall into the earth, they become the soil. And nature, trees, flowers have all just let go of everything that they needed to let go of. And it was effortless. What we should get from this is that nature is beautiful, effortless entity, and it just keeps teaching us through its way of being. It's just effortless, let go of everything. And now it's spring, it'll bring back in newly what it needs to have to grow, to survive, to thrive. And how can we apply that? Well, we cannot let go of, if we cannot let go of things, then how do we allow space for new things to come in? It's actually something that I'm dealing with personally right now, is being able to create this space, is holding on to the old. And when I hold on to the old, it's very difficult to allow the new to come in. So what we really want to do is, it's beautiful, and it is going to perhaps, depending on our journey through life, it may be difficult, it may be hard, it may be easier for some, but we really want to let go of what doesn't serve so we can allow the season to bring in everything that does, all of what we need for our own growth, for our journey, for us to not only just survive but thrive, to really be able to bring in that new. And for coaches and consultants that I'm connected to, and that's my market that I am so fortunate to be able to serve. For coaches and consultants, what this looks like is this beautiful opportunity to really be able to serve and bring in new clients, right? And to be able to bring in new clients, this is one of the biggest challenges that I see coaches and consultants deal with. They really hold on to this old ways of being, these old habitual patterns of kind of just spray and pray. I call this approach spray and pray, where they're just putting content out everywhere. There's no structure to it, and just hoping and posting on other people's Facebook groups, and just hoping that people will attend the classes or download lead magnets or things like that. But energetically speaking, how can you call in new clients unless you're holding on to these old limiting beliefs inside of the coaching business? Because the business is separate from the coach. That's really important to understand. But what's more critical is that the coach informs the business. So if the coach is holding on to the old and not allowing the new to come in, then it's going to make the whole process much, much more difficult. So it's really important that we understand this. And what I love about spring, and right now I'm just in this space where I'm just embracing all of nature. There's just so much there for me, and it goes so deep. And throughout Intention Mondays, and especially throughout spring and summer here in the UK, I'm really going to be embracing the lessons from nature and really implementing it in some of these lives that I'm doing, because I want to get more intentional around everything that I'm bringing to the game for my coaches and consultants. And so for me, there's a lot around nature and collaboration. Let's talk about this. This is a beautiful, beautiful concept. So, for example, one of the things that I'm in love with in nature right now is trees. I'm really just in awe of how incredible trees are. Now, it may sound really strange. It may sound almost weird, I'm going to put out there. And it's just been with me for so long around how trees are such beautiful beings, such beautiful entities. They give wholeheartedly. Now, as coaches and consultants, we're change makers in the world. We want to see change in the world. We want to be able to give selflessly. This is why we entered the space. And we can just go back to nature and look at this. And we can just look at what are the lessons, for example, trees can teach us about that. Trees are incredibly collaborative entities. Incredibly, incredibly collaborative. What they're doing the whole time is they are serving, and they're serving selflessly. So they're serving and then they're serving selflessly. And these are two separate things. How do trees serve selflessly? Well, if we look at trees, what they do is they breathe in the carbon dioxide that we breathe out, and they breathe out oxygen. And just like that, they're helping human beings to survive, to live, because they're giving that oxygen and we're breathing that in. What they're also doing is providing shade. And trees are incredible examples of team players. Now, as a coach or a consultant, you may have a virtual assistant. You may even have a small team of one or two people that you're working with. Even if you don't have a team, or you have it that you're working alone, let me put this to you. You're never working alone, because all of the forces in nature are always serving you. Just as I said, for example, the trees, they're team players for us as well. They provide us the oxygen that we breathe in. We can't do what we need to do in our coaching business or life without trees, for example. They're such beautiful beings. And what we should get is that they're completely team players. Did you know that trees have an underground system of roots, and they actually provide nutrients and nourishment to trees that are maybe suffering or struggling? This has scientifically been proven. It's so powerful. And imagine the tree isn't even the same species as the tree that's serving, that's providing these nutrients and nourishment that a struggling tree may need. It still gives it selflessly. It gives it without even asking for anything in return. It's just an incredible example of how it can serve selflessly. And you can only serve selflessly in a coaching or consulting business if you yourself are full first. You remember that you're complete, you're whole, right? You don't need anything else to complete you. In the space, this is called self-love. And self-love is understanding that when we completely love ourselves, wholly, completely accept ourselves completely, fully, wholly, then we're in a space where we can serve selflessly, because then you're serving from what they call a full cup, right? And when we serve selflessly, it's a reminder to ourselves that we are whole, we are full, we are complete. And that's the thing that really nature has been teaching me for years. And it's just coming to my awareness around how beautiful this entity is, how incredible this entity is, that just keeps giving. And it just keeps giving without asking for anything in return. How can we take elements of that and really apply it to our coaching consulting business? That's what I want to really ask ourselves as we go into this week, really specifically getting clear around, hey, how am I being intentional in my coaching consulting business? How am I really stepping into the space, giving, serving selflessly without expecting anything in return? You may find it's challenging, and it can be challenging, and it's still possible. That's it from me today. Let me know what you found useful from this live. Let me know that you watched the replay, #replay, and let me know what stood out for you. I'd really love to know what you've taken from this and what you're going to be implementing. Until the next time, keep selling in alignment.